Son, daughter, I am releasing an economic miracle upon your life now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. As you listen to me, I am opening doors no man can close. Doors of provision, doors of opportunity, doors of abundance that have been locked for years. I hold the key, and I am turning that key right now upon your life. Do you feel it? There is a movement in the spiritual realm happening upon you this second. Angels are being sent, resources are being released, connections are being established. Invisible barriers that blocked your prosperity are being torn down now. This is not a month from now. This is not next year. This is happening as I speak to you. I have seen your every struggle. I have seen every effort you have made, trying to open doors with your own hands. I have seen you knocking, pushing, forcing, trying in every way possible, and I have come to tell you something liberating. You no longer need to force. You no longer need to fight alone, because I have taken control. I hold the master key, and when I open, no one can close. When I decree, nothing can reverse it. The door that has been locked for years, the door you tried 1,000 times to open but couldn't, I'm opening now. The opportunity that seemed impossible, I'm bringing to you. The resource you didn't know where it would come from, I've already provided. It's on its way, it's being released, it's coming, and I need you to do something powerful now. I need you to declare with me, because your mouth has authority, your word has power. When you declare what I'm doing, you activate in the natural realm what I've already released in the spiritual realm. There's a bridge between the invisible and the visible, and that bridge is your faith expressed in words. When you declare, you build that bridge. When you confess with your mouth, you materialize what I've already prepared. Write in the comments now, I receive, Lord, amen, and activate this miracle in your life. This isn't just a phrase, this is a declaration of agreement. It's you saying, Lord, I align my heart with your heart. I align my faith with your will. I open my life to receive what you are releasing. And the moment you declare it, something changes. The moment you write, a seal is placed. It's a pact, it's a covenant. It's you saying yes to me, and I confirming yes over you. Don't let this moment pass, because there are moments in life when heaven opens in a special way. There are moments when I move with uncommon power, and this is one of those moments. You're not here by chance. You didn't click on this video by coincidence. I brought you here because your time has come. Your time has come. Your moment has come to receive the miracle I have prepared with your name. And all I need is your agreement, your declaration, your faith expressed in words. Because silent faith doesn't open doors. Faith that isn't declared isn't manifested. You need to give voice to what you believe. You need to speak what you hope for. You need to decree what I have already released. And when you do this, when you declare, I move heaven and earth. I command angels. I open floodgates. I make the impossible happen. Declare it now. Don't wait. Don't delay. Because the miracle is being released this very second. Son, daughter, I am releasing an economic miracle into your life right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. As you listen to me, I am opening doors no man can close. Doors of provision, doors of opportunity, doors of abundance that have been locked for years. I hold the key, and I am turning that key right now into your life. And I want to tell you something important. I see everything. I know every detail of your life. I know exactly what you're going through, but I also see beyond you. I see the people around you. I see those you love. And I know there is someone close to you, someone you know, someone who is going through the same financial struggle you faced, someone who has lost sleep over bills, someone who is suffocated by anxiety, by the fear of tomorrow, someone who looks at their empty wallet and bank statement with a heavy heart. I see that person, and I want you to know something powerful. I didn't bring you here just to receive. I also brought you here to be a channel, an instrument in my hands, a bridge between me and that person who needs to hear this word as much as you did. Because there is a spiritual law I established from the beginning. When you bless another, when you share the hope I place in your heart, something supernatural happens. You lose nothing. On the contrary, you multiply. I open floodgates for you. I expand the provision in your life. I make what you generously shared overflow. This is how my kingdom works. It's not scarcity. It's not competition. It's abundance. It's multiplication. It's overflow. The more you give, the more I give you. The more you share, the more I pour out upon you. Share this now with that person I just brought to mind and be a channel of blessing in their life. You know who you are. I've placed her face, her name, in your heart right now as I speak. Don't ignore it. Don't let it pass, because this is my voice directing you. I'm showing you who needs this word. And when you obey, when you act, you become part of someone else's miracle. You become the answer to someone's prayer. You become the instrument I use to change a life. And this carries weight in the spiritual realm. It has eternal value. It generates reward, not just in heaven, but here, now, in your life. Because I honor generosity. I reward those who care for others. I bless those who don't keep it to themselves, but share, and spread the hope they've received. So don't be selfish with the miracle. Don't hold back what I'm giving you. Let it overflow. Let it reach others. Let this word reach that person who is desperate, who is about to give up, who needs to know I haven't forgotten them. You can be the voice I use. You can be the hands I reach out to. You can be the heart I touch. Share now. Touch that person. Send that word. And see what I will do. See how I will honor your obedience. See how I will multiply the miracle upon you. Because when you become generous, I become generous with you. When you open your hands to give, I open the heavens to pour forth. Be a channel, be a river, be an instrument, and watch the multiplication happen. Son, daughter, I am releasing an economic miracle into your life right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now, as you listen to me. I am opening doors no man can close, doors of provision, doors of opportunity, doors of abundance that have been locked for years. I hold the key, and I am turning that key right now into your life. And I need you to do something simple yet powerful. I need you to say yes, yes to me, yes to the provision I am releasing. Yes, to the miracle I am preparing, because I do not force anything into your life. I do not invade. I do not impose. I offer. I extend my hand. I open the door, but you must accept. You must say yes, and this yes does not have to be complicated. It does not have to be an elaborate ritual. It can be a simple gesture, a small action that carries enormous meaning. When you like this video, you are not just touching a button. You are saying, Lord, I accept what you are doing in my life. I agree to your provision. I open my heart to receive. This, like, is a pact. It's a yes. It's you saying, I'm in, I believe, I receive. And I tell you, when you say yes to me, I say yes to you. When you open the door of your heart, I enter with all I have. With provision, with wisdom, with opportunities, with miracles. Like now and say yes to me, then subscribe, because I still have much more to talk to you about. This isn't the only word I have for your life. This isn't the only miracle I've prepared. I have a complete journey planned for you. Every video you'll watch here is a word from me, specific, targeted, anointed to transform your reality. I didn't bring you here to give you a blessing and leave you alone. I brought you here to walk with you, to accompany you every step of the way. to teach you not only how to receive the miracle, but how to keep the provision flowing, to manage what I'll give you, to grow even more, to live in the fullness I've always planned for you. Because the miracle is just the beginning. The open door is just the first step. There's much more coming. There are revelations that will change your way of thinking. There is wisdom that will transform your way of acting. There are strategies from heaven that I'll teach you, and I want you to be here to receive each of them. Don't miss anything. Don't be left out. Don't leave this journey halfway, because I don't do things halfway. When I start something in your life, I finish it. When I open a door, I lead you to your destination. When I initiate a transformation, I complete the work. But I need you to stay connected, to keep listening to my voice. Subscribe and let me accompany you. Let me guide you. Let me teach you, because I have so much to give you, so much to show you, so much to reveal to you. And each video is a stepping stone. Each word is a step. Each revelation is a key that unlocks a new dimension of your life. Don't walk alone. Don't try to figure it all out on your own. I am here. I am speaking. I am guiding you. Stay with me. Say yes now, and keep saying yes every day. I saw every night you lost sleep over bills. I was there, by your side, as you stared at the ceiling in the dark, calculating, recalculating, trying to find a way out that seemed to be non-existent. I saw you toss and turn in bed, your mind racing, your heart pounding, that weight on your chest that wouldn't let you rest. I was there. I saw it all. I felt every tear of anxiety that ran down your face as you thought, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to support my family? How am I going to survive another month? I know every fear that ran through your heart. Every time you opened your wallet and saw the emptiness, every time you avoided looking at your bank statement because reality was too heavy to face, every time you had to say no to someone you love because you simply couldn't say yes, I saw the shame, I saw the frustration, I saw the exhaustion of fighting so hard and it seemed like nothing was changing. I saw you trying to be strong in front of others while inside you were crumbling. I saw you smiling to hide the pain. I saw you pretending everything was fine when everything was falling apart. I was there in each of those moments. I didn't abandon you. I didn't forget you. I wasn't distant. I was right there, by your side, seeing everything, feeling everything, waiting for the right moment to act. And I came to tell you something that will change everything from now on. It's over. Scarcity no longer has a place in your story. The cycle of lack, of hardship, of suffocation, that cycle has been broken because I decreed it. And when I decree it, nothing in heaven, on earth, or under the earth can reverse it. No dark force can nullify it. No circumstance can impede it. No obstacle can block it, because my word is final. My decision is irrevocable. And I have decided that your financial story is being rewritten now. The chapter on scarcity has been closed. The page has been turned. The book is being rewritten. And the new chapter that begins today is a chapter of abundance, of supernatural provision, of economic miracles, of open doors, of unexpected opportunities, of resources arriving from places you can't even imagine. I'm not talking about some distant future. I'm not talking about something that might happen one day. I'm talking about now, today, this moment, because I'm tired of watching you suffer. I'm tired of watching you struggle alone. I'm tired of watching you carry a weight you weren't meant to carry. And I decided to intervene. I decided to act. I decided to change your reality. Not because you deserved it, not because you were perfect, but because I love you, because you are my son, because you are my daughter, and I care for my own. I don't leave my own in want. I don't abandon my own in scarcity. I provide, I sustain, I bless, and I'm doing this now in your life. Every sleepless night you've had, I've seen. Every tear you shed, I kept. Every prayer you prayed, even when it seemed I wasn't listening, I heard. And I am answering now. Not the way you imagined, not in the time you planned, but in my way, in my timing, which is always the perfect timing, which is always the best timing. Trust me, rest. Because I have taken control, I am taking care of every detail, I am opening every door, I am providing every resource. You no longer need to carry this anxiety, you no longer need to lose sleep, you no longer need to live in fear of tomorrow, because I care for you and I never fail. I saw every night you lost sleep over bills. I was there, beside you, as you stared at the ceiling in the dark, calculating, recalculating, trying to find a way out that seemed to have no place. I felt every tear of anxiety that ran down your face as you thought, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to support my family? How am I going to survive another month? I know every fear that crossed your heart. Every time you opened your wallet and saw the emptiness. Every time you avoided looking at your bank statement because reality was too heavy. Every time you had to choose between paying a bill and buying food. I saw it all. I felt it all. I was there in every moment of despair, in every sigh of exhaustion, in every silent prayer for help. And I came to tell you something that will set you free now. It's over. The cycle has been broken. Scarcity no longer has authority over your life. The pattern of lack, of tightness, of suffocation, that pattern has been destroyed because I decreed it. And when I decree it, nothing can reverse it. No force of darkness can nullify what I have established. No circumstance can hinder what I have determined. No obstacle can block what I have released. My word is final. My decision is irrevocable, and I have decided that this cycle of scarcity is over in your life. Now begins a new time, a time of perfect provision, a time of abundance, a time of open doors, a time of economic miracles. And I want you to do something prophetic now, something that will seal this word upon your life, something that will become a memorial to you. Write 7777 in the comments and declare God's perfect provision over every area of your life. This number isn't random. 7 is the number of perfection, of completeness, of plenitude. It's the number that represents my finished work. When I created the world, I rested on the 7th day because everything was perfect, everything was complete, everything was ready. And when you write the number 7 4 times, you're declaring, Lord, I trust in your perfect, complete, full, and abundant provision for every area of my life, for my finances, for my family, for my work, for my projects, for everything. It's a cry of faith. It's you saying, I stop trying to solve things on my own. I stop struggling in my own strength. I rest in your perfect provision. Write it down now and seal this word. Because when you declare, you establish. When you confess with your mouth, you build in the spiritual realm. When you write, you drive a stake, you plant a flag, you mark a territory. And this number will become a memorial for you. Every time you see 7777, you will remember, God decreed perfect provision upon me. God broke the cycle of scarcity in my life. God established abundance upon me. And this remembrance will strengthen your faith. It will renew your hope. It will sustain you on days when circumstances have not yet completely changed. Because change begins in the spiritual before, manifesting in the natural. The decree comes before the manifestation. The word comes before the visible reality. And when you declare, you accelerate the manifestation. You align the natural with the spiritual. You bring to the visible what I have already established in the invisible. So don't let this moment pass. Don't ignore this instruction. Write it now. Declare it now. Seal this word upon your life now, because I am breaking the cycle of scarcity. I am ending the time of lack. I am opening the time of abundance. And you need to agree with me. You need to declare it with me. You need to say yes to what I am doing. Write 7777 and enter into the perfect provision I have prepared for you. I saw every night you lost sleep over bills. I was there by your side as you stared at the ceiling in the dark, calculating, recalculating, trying to find a way out that seemed to have no place. I felt every tear of anxiety that ran down your face as you thought, how will I pay this? How will I support my family? How will I survive another month? I know every fear that crossed your heart. Every time you opened your wallet and saw the emptiness. Every time you avoided looking at your bank statement because reality was too heavy. I saw the anguish. I saw the despair. I saw you trying to be strong while inside you were crumbling. And I came to tell you it's over. Scarcity no longer has a place in your story. The cycle of lack has been broken. But I want to tell you something more. I see beyond you. I see the people around you. I see those you love. And I know there's someone close to you, someone you know, someone who's going through the same pain you did, someone who's losing sleep right now, someone who's crying in secret, someone who's suffocated by financial anxiety, someone who looks to the future and sees only darkness. I see this person, and I want you to know something important. You know this pain. You know what it's like to carry this weight. You know what it's like to wake up in the middle of the night with a heavy heart. You know what it's like to pretend everything's okay when everything is falling apart. You've lived this. You've felt this. And now you're hearing a word of hope, a word of liberation, a word that's changing your reality. And I want to use you to bring that same hope to that person who's suffering. Because you didn't receive this word just for yourself. You received it to be a channel, to be a messenger, to be an instrument in my hands. Share this now with someone who is experiencing the same pain and bring hope to their life. You know who it is. I've placed their face, their name in your heart right now. That friend who's unemployed, that cousin who's struggling to pay the bills, that neighbor who's about to lose everything, that co-worker who's desperate. You know who it is, and you can make a difference in that person's life right now. You can be the voice I use. You can be the hands I reach out to. You can be the heart I touch. Because when you share, you're not just sending a video, you're sending hope, you're sending relief. You're telling that person, you're not alone, God hasn't forgotten you, there's a way out. There's a miracle prepared for you too, and that can change everything. It can be the turning point in that person's life. It can be the word that keeps them from giving up. It can be the hope they needed to keep going. Don't underestimate the power of a simple gesture. Don't underestimate the impact of sharing a word of faith, because you don't know what's going on in that person's heart. You don't know how close they are to giving up. You don't know how much they need to hear that God hasn't abandoned them, and you can be the instrument I use to reach them. Share it now. Don't wait. Don't put it off, because that person needs this word today. They need to know that the cycle of scarcity can be broken. They need to know there is hope. They need to know that I see their pain, that I know their struggle, that I haven't forgotten them. And you can carry this message. You can be the bearer of this hope. Be generous with the relief you're receiving. Be compassionate to those who are in the same pain you were. Share it and see what I will do, not only in that person's life, but in yours too. Because when you care for others, I care for you even more. You are not a beggar knocking at my door. Stop seeing yourself that way. Stop coming to me with your head bowed in shame, as if you don't deserve to be in my presence. Stop approaching me like a beggar begging for scraps. That's not who you are. That's never been who you are. You are my son. You are my daughter. You are the rightful heir to all that I have. And what do I have? Limitless provision, inexhaustible resources, wisdom for every decision you need to make, strategies from heaven for every challenge you face, doors that open at the right time, divine connections that will change your trajectory, opportunities that will appear from places you can't even imagine. All of this is yours, not as a favor, not as a handout, but as an inheritance, as a right, as part of your identity, because you are a son, you are a daughter. And children don't beg, children don't beg, children receive, children take possession, children enter the Father's house and know that everything there is theirs. You need to change your attitude. You need to change the way you see yourself. You need to stop seeing yourself as someone asking for a favor and start seeing yourself as someone claiming what is already yours. The inheritance is already released. I've already signed the document. I've already transferred the resources. I've already opened the doors. You just need to extend your hand. You just need to enter. You just need to say, Lord, I receive what is rightfully mine. Because when you change your identity, you change your reality. When you stop seeing yourself as a beggar and start seeing yourself as an heir, everything changes. Your faith changes. Your attitude changes. Your way of praying changes. You stop begging and start declaring. You stop begging and start decreeing. You stop asking like someone who is uncertain and start claiming like someone who knows their rights. Like now, if you're embracing your heir identity, then subscribe to learn how to live in that role every day, because knowing your identity is the first step, but living that identity is the journey. And I want to teach you to live as an heir. I want to teach you to walk with your head held high. I want to teach you to enter the throne room with confidence. I want to teach you to claim your inheritance without fear, without shame, without doubt, because you deserve it, not because you're perfect, not because you've never made a mistake, but because you are mine, because I chose you, because I adopted you, because I made you part of my family. And in my family there is no scarcity. In my family there is no lack. In my family there is abundance, there is provision, there is plenty, and all of this is yours. You just need to take your place. You just need to step into your place. You just need to stop behaving like a slave and start behaving like a son, because slaves work for wages, sons inherit. Slaves ask permission, sons have authority, slaves live in fear, sons live in confidence. And you are a son, you are a daughter, so take that place, lift your head, straighten your shoulders, look me in the eyes, and say, Father, I am your son, I am your daughter, and I receive my inheritance now. Because when you do this, when you assume your identity, I release all that is stored for you. I open the storehouses. I open the treasures. I open the doors that have been waiting for you to take your place. Enroll and let me teach you how to live as an heir every day. Let me show you what is yours. Let me guide you into the fullness I have prepared for you. You are not a beggar knocking at my door. You are my son, my daughter, rightful heir to all that I have. And what do I have? Limitless provision, wisdom for every decision, doors that open at the right time, resources that come from unexpected places, divine connections that change trajectories, opportunities that transform realities. All of this is yours, not as a favor, not as alms, but as an inheritance, as a legitimate right, as part of your identity as a son, as a daughter. And I need you to understand something fundamental. The inheritance is already released. I'm not saying that one day I will release it. I'm not saying that perhaps in the future you will receive it. I'm saying it is already released. Now, in this moment, I've already signed the document. I've already transferred the resources. I've already opened the doors. I've already prepared the opportunities. Everything is already ready. Everything is already available. Everything is already waiting for you. You just need to reach out. You just need to enter. You just need to take possession. Because the inheritance doesn't come to you automatically. You need to claim it. You need to take it. You need to say, "This is mine. I receive. I take possession." And the difference between receiving and not receiving is not in my will. It's in your posture. It's in the way you see yourself. It's in the way you approach me. If you come as a beggar, you will live as a beggar. If you come as a slave, you will live as a slave. But if you come as a son, if you come as an heir, you will live in the fullness I have prepared for you. You need to stop begging. Stop coming to me with your head bowed, ashamed, afraid of asking too much. Stop thinking you're bothering me. Stop thinking you don't deserve it. Stop thinking you need to earn my favor. You already have my favor. You are already my son. You are already my daughter. You are already an heir. The position is already yours. The inheritance is already yours. You just need to take it. You just need to enter. You just need to receive. And receiving is not passive. Receiving is active. Receiving is you extending your hands. Receiving is you opening your heart. Receiving is you saying yes. Receiving is you taking possession of what I have already released. Because I don't force anything into your life. I don't invade. I don't impose. I offer. I release. I make available. But you need to receive. You need to accept. You need to take. And when you do, when you change your stance, everything changes. Your faith changes. Your prayer changes. Your way of living changes. You stop living defensively and start living offensively. You stop living in fear and start living confidently. You stop living in scarcity and start living in abundance. Because abundance isn't a matter of how much I have to give you. It's a matter of how much you are willing to receive. And I have everything. I have unlimited provision. I have inexhaustible resources. I have infinite wisdom. I have countless doors. And all of this is available to you. All of this is released to you. All of this is waiting for you to step into your position as heir and take possession. So stop begging, stop asking like someone who's unsure. Start receiving, start declaring, start taking possession. Say, "Father, I am your son, I am your daughter, and I receive my inheritance now. I receive provision, I receive wisdom, I receive open doors, I receive opportunities. I receive everything you have prepared for me, because it's mine, because I am an heir, because I am a son, because I am a daughter." And when you declare this, when you assume this posture, I release, I open, I pour, I make it overflow, because you are in the right position, you are in the right identity. You are receiving as a son, not begging as a beggar. You are not a beggar knocking at my door. You are my son, my daughter, rightful heir to all that I have. And what do I have? Limitless provision, wisdom for every decision, doors that open at the right time. You don't need to beg. You don't need to beg. You need to receive, because all that is mine is already yours. The inheritance is already released. I have already signed. I have already transferred. I have already made it available. You only need to reach out and take possession. But there is something that needs to happen first. You need to agree with me. You need to accept what I am saying about you, because I can call you son, I can call you heir, but if you continue to see yourself as a beggar, you will live as a beggar. If you continue to see yourself as a slave, you will live as a slave. The way you see yourself determines the way you live. Your identity determines your reality. And I need you to change the way you see yourself. I need you to stop looking at yourself through the eyes of scarcity and start looking at yourself through my eyes. And what do I see when I look at you? I see a son, I see a daughter, I see an heir. I see someone entitled to provision, someone entitled to abundance, someone entitled to all that I have prepared. You need to accept this. You need to say, yes, Lord, I am your son, I am your daughter, I am an heir, not a beggar. Like now, and declare that you agree with your identity as an heir, not a beggar. This like is not an empty gesture. This like is you saying, Lord, I accept what you say about me. I agree with my identity. I stop seeing myself as less than and begin to see myself as you see me. It's a declaration. It's a statement. It's you aligning your vision with my vision. And when you do this, when you agree with me, everything changes, because agreement releases power. Agreement opens doors. Agreement activates the inheritance. When you say yes to the identity I gave you, I say yes to the provision I have prepared. When you accept who you are, I release all that is yours. Because the inheritance is not blocked by me. The inheritance is blocked by your own distorted view of who you are. When you see yourself as a beggar, you live in scarcity. When you see yourself as an heir, you live in abundance. Not because I change, but because you change. Not because I release more, but because you receive more. The provision has always been available. The inheritance has always been released. But you couldn't receive it because you didn't see yourself as someone worthy of it. And now, I'm telling you, you deserve it. Not because you're perfect, but because you're mine. You deserve it because you're a son. You deserve it because you're a daughter. You deserve it because I chose you. I adopted you. I made you part of my family. And in my family there is no scarcity. In my family there is abundance. In my family there is full provision. And you are part of this family. So agree with me. Accept your identity. Declare who you are. Enjoy and say, I am an heir. I am a son. I am a daughter. And I receive everything the Father has prepared for me. And this isn't just about money. I know you need financial support. I know your bills are tight. I know you need resources, and I will give them to you. I will open the doors. I will release the support. I will make the economic miracle happen in your life. But I want to give you much more, because I don't do things halfway. When I enter your life, I don't transform just one area. I transform everything. I didn't come just to solve your financial problems. I came to restore your entire life. And I want you to understand what that means. I will give you peace, that peace you haven't felt in years. That peace that lets you sleep soundly, even when circumstances haven't completely changed. That peace that calms your heart in the midst of a storm. That peace that makes you take a deep breath and say, it's okay, God is in control. You will feel this peace. You will sleep without anxiety. You will wake up without that tightness in your chest. You will live without that constant fear of tomorrow, because I will give you my peace, the peace that surpasses all understanding, the peace the world cannot give and cannot take away. And I will give you clarity, clarity about who you are, clarity about where you are going, clarity about your purpose, because you were not created just to survive. You were not created just to pay bills. You were created for a glorious purpose. You were created to make a difference. You were created to impact lives. You were created to leave a legacy, and I will show you this. I will give you clarity about your calling, about your gifts, about the plan I have for you. You will wake up knowing who you are. You will wake up knowing your worth. You will wake up knowing you have a destiny, and that will change everything. Because when you know who you are and where you are going, you live differently, you walk differently, you talk differently, you decide differently. Clarity brings direction, clarity brings focus, clarity brings power, and I will give you purpose. Purpose that makes you wake up with hope, purpose that makes you get out of bed with anticipation, a purpose that makes you say, today will be a good day because God has something prepared for me. You will no longer wake up afraid. You will no longer wake up discouraged. You will wake up on fire. You will wake up with passion. You will wake up knowing that your life has meaning, that your day has purpose, that every step you take is leading you somewhere glorious. And I will restore your confidence, confidence in me, confidence in yourself, confidence in the future I have prepared, because scarcity stole your confidence, struggle stole your hope, fatigue stole your faith, but I will restore everything. You will trust me again. You will believe that I am faithful again. You will believe that I care for you again, and you will trust yourself again. You will believe that you are capable again. You will believe that you are worthy again, that you have potential, that you can achieve, that you can win, and you will trust the future again. You will stop looking ahead with fear and start looking forward with expectation. You will stop seeing threats and start seeing opportunities. You will stop expecting the worst and start hoping for the best, because I am restoring everything. Share this now with someone who needs peace, clarity, and purpose as much as they need financial provision. You know this person, the one who's lost, the one without direction, the one who's lost hope, the one who no longer knows who they are or where they're going. Share and bring complete transformation into their life. Because when you share, you're not just sending information, you're sending restoration. You're bringing the promise that God doesn't just transform one area, He transforms everything. Share now and be an instrument of complete transformation in someone's life. And this isn't just about money. I know you need financial support. I know bills need to be paid. I know you need resources, and I will give them to you. I will open the doors. I will release the support, but I want to give you so much more than you ask for, so much more than you expect, so much more than you can imagine. I will give you peace you haven't felt in years, that deep peace that calms your heart, that peace that lets you sleep soundly even when circumstances haven't completely changed. I will give you clarity about who you are and where you're going. You will wake up knowing your purpose, knowing your worth, knowing you have a glorious destiny. I will give you purpose that makes you get out of bed with hope, with anticipation, with fire. You will no longer wake up with fear. You will wake up knowing your day has meaning, that your life has direction, that every step is taking you somewhere important, and I will restore your trust. Trust in me, trust in yourself, trust in the future I have prepared. You will believe again, you will dream again, you will expect good things again. But I need to tell you something important. This transformation doesn't happen in a single video. It doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens on a journey, in a process, in a daily walk with me. Because true transformation isn't instantaneous. True transformation is progressive. It's you growing a little each day. It's you learning a little with each revelation. It's you being shaped, refined, transformed, step by step. And I have a complete journey prepared for you. Each video you'll watch here is a step, a stairway, a revelation. I will teach you not only how to receive the miracle, but how to keep the provision flowing. Because it's one thing to receive, it's another thing to maintain. It's one thing to open the door, it's another thing to remain in the blessing. And I want to teach you how to remain. I want to teach you how to manage what I'm going to give you. because many receive and lose, many conquer and waste. Many open doors and don't know how to walk through them. But I will teach you. I will show you how to manage your provision, how to multiply your resources, how to make money work for you, how to make wise decisions, how to invest in the kingdom, how to be a faithful steward of what I place in your hands. Sign up now and join me on this complete journey of transformation that goes far beyond a financial miracle. Because I didn't bring you here to give you a blessing and leave you alone. I brought you here to walk with you, to accompany you every step of the way, to guide you in every decision, to teach you at every stage. I want to show you how to grow even more, how to expand, how to reach new levels, how to live in the fullness I always planned for you, because the miracle is just the beginning. The open door is just the first step. There is much more to come. There are revelations that will change your way of thinking. There is wisdom that will transform your way of acting. There are strategies from heaven that I will teach you. There are principles of the kingdom that I will reveal to you. And I want you to be here to receive each of these words. Don't miss anything. Don't be left out. Don't leave this journey half finished. Because when I start something in your life, I finish it. When I open a door, I take you to your destination. When I initiate a transformation, I complete the work. But I need you to stay connected, to keep listening to my voice. Subscribe and let me accompany you. Let me guide you. Let me teach you, because I have so much to give you, so much to show you, so much to reveal to you. Each video is a stepping stone. Each word is a step. Each revelation is a key that unlocks a new dimension of your life. Don't walk alone. Don't try to figure it all out on your own. I am here. I am speaking. I am guiding you. Stay with me. Continue with me. Grow with me, because the complete journey awaits you, and I want to take you to the end. And this isn't just about money. I know you need financial provision. I know you need doors to open. I know you need resources, and I will give it to you. I will release the provision. I will open the doors. I will make the economic miracle happen. But I want to give you much more, because I don't do things halfway. When I come into your life, I don't transform just one area. I transform everything. I didn't come just to solve your financial problem. I came to restore your entire life, every area, every dimension, every aspect, because I am the God of total restoration. I am the God who makes all things new. And when I say all, I mean all. It's not just your bank account that changes. It's your heart. It's your mind. It's your soul. It's the way you see yourself. It's the way you see the world. It's the way you live. I will give you peace you haven't felt in years. That deep peace that calms the inner storm. That peace that lets you sleep soundly even when circumstances haven't completely changed. That peace that makes you take a deep breath and say, "It's okay, God is in control." You will feel that peace. You will live in that peace. You will walk in that peace. And I will give you clarity. Clarity about who you are. Clarity about your worth. Clarity about your purpose. Clarity about where you're going. Because you weren't created to live lost. You weren't created to live without direction. You were created with a specific purpose, with a unique calling, with a glorious destiny. And I will show it to you. I will reveal to you who you are. I will reveal to you where you're going. I will reveal to you the plan I have for you. And when you see this, when you understand this, everything changes. You walk differently. You speak differently. You decide differently, because you know who you are. You know where you're going. You know your life has meaning. And I will give you purpose. Purpose that makes you wake up with hope. Purpose that makes you get out of bed with anticipation. A purpose that makes you say, "Today will be a good day," because God has something prepared for me. You will no longer wake up afraid. You will no longer wake up discouraged. You will no longer wake up thinking, another day to survive. You will wake up thinking, another day to live, to grow, to achieve, to make a difference. Because your life has purpose, your life has meaning, your life matters, and I will restore your trust. Trust in me. You will once again believe that I am faithful, that I care for you, that I have not abandoned you, that I have never forgotten you. You will truly trust me again, not just with your head, but with your heart. And I will restore your trust in yourself, because scarcity has stolen it from you. Struggle has made you doubt yourself. Fatigue has made you think you are incapable, but I will restore it. You will believe in yourself again. You will once again see your potential. You will once again know that you are capable, that you can conquer, that you can win, that you can achieve. And I will restore your confidence in the future. You will stop looking ahead with fear. You will stop expecting the worst. You will start looking to the future with expectation, with hope, with faith, because I am preparing good things for you. I am opening doors for you. I am building a glorious future for you, and you will trust in this. You will believe in this. You will live in expectation of this, because I don't do things halfway. When I enter, I transform everything. When I touch, I renew everything. When I restore, I make all things new, not just some things, all things. Your mind, your heart, your soul, your life, your finances, your relationships, your health, your purpose, everything. I make all things new, and I am doing this in you now, in this moment, as you listen to me. I am restoring, I am renewing, I am transforming. Every area of your life is being touched. Every dimension is being restored. Every aspect is being renewed. For I am the God who makes all things new, and I am doing this in you. Now, I want you to do something powerful, something that will open the heavens over your life. I want you to give thanks. Give thanks before you see. I know this seems strange. I know human logic says, how can I give thanks for something that hasn't happened yet? How can I give thanks for something I haven't seen yet? How can I give thanks when my reality hasn't changed yet? But I tell you, true faith gives thanks first. True faith doesn't wait to see before believing. True faith believes and therefore sees, because faith doesn't depend on what the eyes see. Faith depends on what the heart believes. Faith isn't based on circumstances. Faith is based on my word, and I told you the miracle is released. I told you the provision is coming. I told you the doors are opening. And if you believe this, if you trust me, then you can give thanks now. Before you see the bank account full, before you see the opportunity arrive, before you see the door open, you can give thanks now because you trust me, because you know I am faithful, because you know that what I promise, I fulfill. And when you give thanks in advance, something powerful happens in the spiritual realm. You open a door, you activate a divine law, you align your heart with my heart, you position yourself to receive, because gratitude is not just an emotion. Gratitude is a posture. Gratitude is a declaration. Gratitude is you saying, Lord, I trust you so much that I am already thanking you. I know you are faithful. I know you will fulfill. I know the miracle has already begun. So I give thanks now. Write in the comments now, thank you, Lord, for the miracle that has already begun, and open the heavens over your life. This isn't naivety. This isn't illusion. This isn't denial of reality. This is faith in action. It's you saying, I see beyond what my natural eyes see. I see in the Spirit. I see what God has already prepared. I see what God has already released. And for that, I give thanks. because in the spiritual realm, the miracle has already begun. In the spiritual realm, the provision has already been released. In the spiritual realm, the doors have already been opened. You're just waiting for the manifestation in the natural. And when you give thanks in advance, you accelerate that manifestation. You align the natural with the spiritual. You bring to the visible what already exists in the invisible, because gratitude is a bridge. Gratitude connects what I've already done in the spirit with what you will see in the natural. Gratitude opens hands. Gratitude opens the heart. Gratitude opens heaven. And when you give thanks in advance, you demonstrate mature faith, a faith that doesn't need proof, a faith that doesn't need evidence, a faith that simply trusts, that simply believes, that simply rests in my faithfulness. And I honor this faith. I respond to this faith. I reward this faith, because this is the faith that pleases me, not the faith that waits to see before believing, but the faith that believes and therefore sees, not the faith that needs signs, but the faith that trusts my word, not the faith that doubts until it has proof, but the faith that gives thanks before receiving. So give thanks now, even if you don't see it yet, even if the circumstances haven't changed yet, even if the bank account is still empty. Give thanks, because you trust me, because you know I am faithful, because you know the miracle has already begun. Write in the comments, declare your gratitude. Say, thank you, Lord, for the miracle that has already begun. Thank you for the provision that is coming. Thank you for the doors that are opening. Thank you because I know you are faithful. Thank you because I know you will fulfill it. Thank you because I trust you. And when you do this, when you declare your gratitude before seeing it, you activate something powerful. You release faith, you release power, you release the manifestation of the miracle. Because anticipatory gratitude isn't passive. Anticipatory gratitude is active. It's you taking ownership. It's you declaring. It's you saying, this is already mine, so I give thanks now. Give thanks and watch the heavens open. Give thanks and watch the provision flow. Give thanks and watch the miracle manifest. Now, I want you to do something powerful. I want you to give thanks. Give thanks before you see it. Give thanks before reality completely changes. Give thanks before you see the miracle fully manifest. Because true faith gives thanks in advance. True faith doesn't wait until you have everything in hand to say thank you. True faith says thank you while you're still waiting, while you're still believing, while you're still trusting. And I want you to demonstrate that faith now in a simple but powerful way. Leave your light now as an act of anticipated gratitude. You haven't seen the miracle complete yet. You haven't seen the bank account full yet. You haven't seen all the doors open yet. You haven't seen all the resources arriving yet. But you're already giving thanks because you trust me, because you know I am faithful, because you know that what I promise, I fulfill. This like isn't an empty gesture. This like isn't just an automatic click. This like is your faith in action. It's you saying, Lord, I'm already grateful. I haven't seen everything yet, but I already give thanks. I haven't received everything yet, but I already trust. I haven't experienced everything yet, but I already believe. And when you do this, when you give thanks first, you position yourself to receive, because gratitude opens your hands. Closed hands cannot receive. Hands that hold bitterness, that hold doubt, that hold unbelief, those hands cannot receive what I want to give. But when you give thanks, you open your hands. You release bitterness, you release doubt, you release unbelief, and you make room to receive. Gratitude opens the heart. A closed heart cannot receive love. A closed heart cannot receive hope. A closed heart cannot receive my provision. But when you give thanks, you open your heart. You let me in. You let my word penetrate. You let my promise take root. And when the heart is open, everything flows. Faith flows, hope flows, provision flows, and gratitude opens the heavens. There is a spiritual law I have established. When you give thanks, heaven responds. When you declare gratitude, I release provision. When you say thank you before you see it, I accelerate the manifestation. Because anticipatory gratitude is one of the most powerful forms of faith. It's you saying, I trust you so much that I don't need to see it to give thanks. I trust your faithfulness so much that I give thanks now. I trust your word so much that I already celebrate. Enjoy now and declare your gratitude in advance, saying, Lord, I am already grateful for what you are going to do. Don't wait to see to believe. Believe and you will see. Don't wait to receive to give thanks. Give thanks and you will receive. Don't wait for the full manifestation to celebrate. Celebrate now and you will accelerate the manifestation. Because faith is not passive. Faith is active. Faith doesn't wait. Faith acts. Faith doesn't doubt. Faith declares. And anticipatory gratitude is one of the most powerful statements you can make. It's you saying, I know God is faithful. I know God will fulfill. I know the miracle has already begun, so I give thanks now. I won't wait until I have everything to say thank you. I say thank you now, while I'm still in the process, while I'm still on the journey, while I'm still waiting for the full manifestation. I give thanks now because I trust, because I believe, because I know you are faithful. And when you do this, when you give thanks in advance, something changes in you. Your perspective changes. You stop focusing on what you don't yet have and start focusing on what God has already promised. You stop looking at the lack and start looking at the provision that is coming. You stop living in anxiety and start living in expectation, because gratitude changes your focus. Gratitude changes your perspective. Gratitude changes the atmosphere, and when the atmosphere changes, everything changes. Your faith grows, your hope increases, your confidence strengthens, and you begin to live differently. You begin to walk differently. You begin to speak differently, because you're no longer waiting in fear, you're waiting with gratitude. You're no longer waiting with doubt. You're waiting with faith. You're no longer waiting with anxiety. You're waiting with expectation. So enjoy it now. Declare your gratitude in advance. Say with this simple gesture, Lord, I am already grateful. I trust in you. I believe in your faithfulness. I know the miracle has already begun, and I thank you now, before I see it all, before I receive it all, before I experience it all. I thank you now, because I trust you, and see what happens when you do this. See how the heavens open. See how provision flows. See how the miracle manifests, because gratitude in advance opens the heavens upon you. Now I want you to do something powerful. I want you to give thanks. Give thanks before you see. I know this seems strange to the human mind. I know that natural logic tells me, how can I give thanks for something that hasn't happened yet? How can I give thanks when I haven't yet seen the change? How can I give thanks when my reality hasn't yet completely transformed? But I tell you, anticipated gratitude isn't naivete. Anticipated gratitude isn't illusion. Anticipated gratitude isn't you pretending everything is fine when it isn't. Anticipated gratitude is faith in action. It's you saying, I trust you so much, Lord, that I'm already giving thanks. I trust your faithfulness so much that I don't need to see it to believe. I trust your word so much that I give thanks now before it's fully manifested. Because true faith doesn't depend on what the eyes see. True faith depends on what the heart believes. True faith doesn't wait for evidence to trust. True faith trusts and therefore sees the evidence. True faith doesn't need evidence to believe. True faith believes and therefore receives proof. And when you give thanks in advance, something powerful happens in the spiritual realm. You open the heavens over your life. There is a spiritual atmosphere over every person. And this atmosphere is determined by your faith, your words, your posture, your attitude. When you live in complaint, you close the heavens. When you live in murmuring, you block blessing. When you live in unbelief, you prevent manifestation. When you live in fear, you attract more fear. When you live in mental scarcity, you attract more scarcity. But when you live in gratitude, you open the heavens. When you give thanks before seeing, you remove spiritual blocks. When you express gratitude in advance, you create an atmosphere of faith that attracts provision like a magnet, and you activate a provision, spiritual law. There are laws in the spiritual realm, just as there are laws in the natural realm. In the natural, when you plant, you reap. In the spiritual, when you give thanks, you receive. In the natural, gravity pulls everything down. In the spiritual, gratitude pulls blessings toward you. In the natural, light dispels darkness. In the spiritual realm, gratitude dispels doubt, fear, and disbelief. And this isn't a law I change according to my mood. This isn't a law that only works sometimes. This is a law established since the foundation of the world. When you give thanks, I respond. When you declare gratitude, I release provision. When you celebrate before you see it, I accelerate the manifestation, because anticipatory gratitude demonstrates mature faith. It demonstrates deep trust. It demonstrates a heart that truly believes. It demonstrates someone who knows who I am. It demonstrates someone who knows I am faithful, and I always respond to faith. I always respond to trust. I always respond to gratitude. Not because I am obligated, not because you manipulate me, not because you found a magic formula, but because this is my nature. I am a generous Father. I am a faithful God. I am a provider who delights in giving to his children. I rejoice when I see my children trusting me. I rejoice when I see my children giving thanks before they see it. I rejoice when I see my children living by faith, not by sight. And when you give thanks beforehand, you align with my heart. You become in tune with me. You vibrate at the same frequency as I do. Because I live in abundance, I live in plenitude, I live in complete provision. I have never lived a day of scarcity. I have never lived a moment of lack. I have never lived in anxiety or fear. I live in perfect peace. I live in absolute trust. I live in total certainty. And when you give thanks before seeing, you move from the frequency of scarcity to the frequency of abundance. You move from the mindset of lack to the Bitcoin mindset of provision. You move from fear to faith. You move from doubt to certainty. You move from anxiety to peace. And when you change your frequency, you change what you attract. You stop attracting scarcity and start attracting abundance. You stop attracting lack and start attracting provision. You stop attracting closure and start attracting open doors. You stop attracting problems and start attracting solutions. You stop attracting obstacles and start attracting opportunities, because you are aligned with me, because you are in tune with my heart, because you are vibrating at the frequency of faith, gratitude, and trust. So give thanks now. Give thanks before you see it. Give thanks even if your bank account hasn't changed yet. Give thanks even if the door hasn't opened yet. Give thanks even if the opportunity hasn't arrived yet. Give thanks even if you don't see visible signs of change yet. Give thanks because you trust me. Give thanks because you know I am faithful. Give thanks because you know I fulfill my promises. Give thanks because you know I have never failed anyone and I won't fail you. And when you do this, when you give thanks beforehand, you activate provision. You're not just passively waiting for something to happen, you're actively activating the miracle. You're releasing faith in the spiritual realm. You're declaring trust that echoes in the heavens. You're opening the heavens over your life. You're activating the spiritual law of gratitude. You are aligning with my generous heart, and all of this together creates a powerful momentum. It creates a spiritual force that accelerates the manifestation of the miracle, that brings to the natural what already exists in the spiritual, that materializes the promise, that opens doors, that releases resources, that connects you with the right people, that puts you in the right place at the right time. Because anticipatory gratitude is not passive. Anticipatory gratitude is active. It is dynamic. It is powerful. It is you taking ownership. It is you declaring. It is you saying, "This is already mine in spirit, so I thank you now. I will not wait to see everything to say thank you. I say thank you now. While I am still in the process, while I am still on the journey, while I am still waiting for the full manifestation, I thank you now, because I know you are faithful, because I know you will fulfill, because I know the miracle has already begun in the spiritual realm. And I tell you, when you do this, when you give thanks in advance, I respond. I always respond to faith. I always respond to gratitude. I always respond to the heart that truly trusts me. Not because you manipulate me, not because you force me, not because you found a shortcut, but because this is my immutable nature. I am faithful, I am generous, I am a provider, I am a father. And when you give thanks before you see, you demonstrate that you truly know who I am. You demonstrate that you truly trust me. You demonstrate that you truly believe in my faithfulness. You demonstrate that your faith does not depend on circumstances. And this moves me. It touches me. It activates my generosity. It opens my storehouses. It releases my provision. So give thanks now. Give thanks before you see. And watch the heavens open up above you. Watch the provision flow. Watch the miracle unfold. Look at the comments. Do you see thousands of people declaring, believing, receiving? Thousands of hearts saying yes to me. Thousands of voices agreeing with my word. Thousands of lives being transformed right now. You are not alone on this journey. You are not the only one believing. You are not the only one declaring. There is a community of faith here, and I am moving in every life. Every comment you see is a testimony of faith. It is someone saying, I believe, I receive, I trust. It is someone opening their heart. It is someone extending their hands. It is someone saying yes to the miracle. And when you declare together, something powerful happens. Faith multiplies, strength multiplies, power multiplies, because there is power in unity. There is power when God's people rise up together. There is power when thousands of voices declare the same thing. When one declares, it is powerful. When two declare, it is even more powerful. But when thousands declare together, it is unstoppable. It is a wave. It is a force. It's a cry that rises to heaven, and I cannot ignore it. Not because I have to, but because I am moved when I see my people united. I am moved when I see my people believing together. I am moved when I see my people declaring together. Share this now and bring more people into this community of faith, because together you are unstoppable. The more you declare together, the stronger your collective faith becomes. The more you believe together, the faster the manifestation comes. The more you unite, the more I move, because collective faith carries a different weight. Individual faith is powerful, but collective faith is overwhelming. Individual faith moves mountains, but collective faith moves nations. Individual faith opens doors, but collective faith opens the heavens. And when collective faith rises, I move mountains, I part seas, I make the impossible happen, I tear down walls, I break chains, I free captives, I heal the sick, I restore lives. I transform realities, because the collective cry has power, the unified cry has authority, the chorus of declaration has strength. Share now, bring your friends, bring your family, bring your brothers and sisters in faith, bring those who need this word, bring those who need this hope, bring those who need to know they are not alone, because when you unite, you strengthen each other. When you declare together, you encourage each other. When you walk together, you win together. Don't walk alone, don't fight alone, don't believe alone. Join this community, be part of this movement, be part of this wave of faith that is sweeping lives, that is transforming realities, that is opening heavens. Share and strengthen the body, because together you are unbeatable, together you are invincible, together you are unstoppable, and I am in your midst. I am moving in every life. I am responding to every declaration. I am opening doors for each one. Share now and see what I will do when my people unite in faith. Look at the comments. Thousands of people declaring, believing, receiving. You are not alone on this journey. There is a community of faith here, and I am moving in every life. Every comment is a testimony. Every declaration is a victory. Every written word is an act of faith that rises to heaven. And I want you to be a part of it. I want you to join this community. I want you to declare with them, because there is power in unity. There is power when you declare together. There is power when you cry out with one voice. Join them now. Write 7777 in the comments. This number is not random. This number is prophetic. 7 is the number of perfection, of completeness, of fullness. And when you write it 4 times, you are declaring perfect, complete, full, and abundant provision in every area of your life. But when thousands write together, it becomes something much greater. It becomes a collective cry of faith. It becomes a unified declaration. This becomes a cry that echoes in the heavens. Write 7777 now and join this wave of faith that is moving mountains. It's a declaration that you all trust in my perfect provision, that you all believe in my faithfulness, that you all know I never fail. And when you declare together, I hear it as a powerful cry. I hear it as a symphony of faith. I hear it as a spiritual battle cry. And I respond. I always respond to the cry of my people. I always respond when you unite in faith. I always respond when you declare together. Write 7777 and be part of this wave of miracles. Don't stand on the sidelines. Don't be silent. Don't just be an observer. Be a participant. Be a declarer. Be part of this community that is seeing doors opening, that is seeing provision coming, that is seeing miracles happening. Because when you declare with them, you are strengthened. When you cry with them, you are encouraged. When you believe with them, you are multiplied. The faith of one strengthens the faith of another. The declaration of one encourages the declaration of another. The victory of one inspires the victory of the other, and together you create an atmosphere of faith so powerful that the heavens cannot ignore it. Together you create a cry so loud that doors open. Together you create a spiritual force so intense that miracles manifest. Write 7777 now. Declare with them, believe with them, receive with them. Because this is the community of provision. This is the family of abundance. These are the people who believe, who declare, who receive, and you are part of it. You belong to it. You were called to this. So don't stand aside. Don't be silent. Don't stand still. Write 7777 and join the collective cry of perfect provision. And see what I will do when my people unite in faith, when my people declare together, when my people cry out with one voice. Look at the comments. Thousands of people declaring, believing, receiving. Thousands of hearts open. Thousands of lives being transformed. You are not alone on this journey. You are not the only one struggling. You are not the only one believing. You are not the only one waiting for the miracle. There is a community of faith here. There is a spiritual family here. And I am moving in every life. I am answering every prayer. I am opening doors for each one. Every person you see in the comments is someone like you. Someone who has had sleepless nights, someone who has cried with anxiety, someone who has struggled with scarcity, someone who almost gave up, but who decided to believe, who decided to declare, who decided to trust me. And now they are seeing the transformation happen, and you are part of this family. You belong to this community. You are not alone. And I want you to declare it. I want you to take a stand. I want you to say, I am part of this. I believe in this. I am with them. Like now, to be part of this visible community. When you like, you're not just touching a button. You're saying, I'm part of this family. I believe what they believe. I declare what they declare. I receive what they receive. That like is you joining them. It's you saying, I'm not alone. I have a family of faith. I have a community that believes with me. And there's power in that. There's power when you know you're not alone. There's power when you know thousands are believing with you. There's power when you know you're part of something bigger. Because the journey of faith wasn't meant to be solitary. The journey of faith was meant to be communal. You weren't created to walk alone. You were created to walk with others, to believe with others, to declare with others, to overcome with others. And when you walk together, you strengthen each other. When you believe together, you encourage each other. When you declare together, you multiply. One's faith strengthens the other's faith. One's victory inspires the victory of another. The testimony of one encourages the heart of another. Like now, and subscribe to stay connected with this family that believes, declares, and receives together, because I will continue to feed this spiritual family with fresh words every day. Each video is a new revelation. Each video is a new encouragement. Each video is a new word to strengthen your faith, to renew your hope, to sustain your journey. Subscribe and stay connected. Don't walk alone. Don't struggle alone. Don't believe alone. Walk with them, fight with them, believe with them, grow with them, overcome with them, because this is your family. These are your people. This is your community, and I am in your midst. I am moving in every life. I am speaking to every heart. I am opening doors for each one. And when you unite, when you stay connected, when you walk together, I move with even more power because I love unity. I love when my people unite. I love when my family walks together. And I pour out blessings upon unity. I release provision upon the community. I open heavens upon those who stay connected. So like now, subscribe now and stay in this family. Stay in this community. Stay connected with those who believe as you believe, who declare as you declare, who trust as you trust, because together you are strong. Together you are powerful. Together you are unbeatable. And I am with you. I am in your midst. I am moving in every life. Like, subscribe, and stay connected with the family of faith. This is not a generic word. This is not a message for the masses. This is not a vague word that fits everyone. This is a specific word for you who are watching right now, for you who are listening to me at this very moment, for you whose heart is pounding as I speak. I chose you to hear this at this very moment. It's no coincidence that you clicked on this video. It's not chance that you're here. It's not luck that this word reached you. I orchestrated this. I planned this. I prepared this. I brought you here because I have something specific to say to you, something that is just for you, something that has your name on it, something that was prepared especially for this moment in your life. You may be thinking, but there are thousands of people watching. How can this be specific to me? And I tell you, I am God. I can speak to thousands at once, and each one hears exactly what they need to hear. I can touch thousands of hearts simultaneously, and each one feels the specific touch they need to feel. I can release a word, and it may be generic to some, but deeply personal to you, because I know you. I know exactly what you're going through. I know exactly what you need to hear. I know exactly which word will change your life, and that's the word, the one you're hearing now. It's not for tomorrow. It's not for someone else. It's for you. It's for now. It's for this moment. And I'm telling you, the miracle is yours. It's not for your neighbor. It's not for your friend. It's not for someone more prepared, holier, more deserving. It's for you, with all your flaws, with all your doubts, with all your history. The miracle is yours because I chose you, because I saw you, because I decided your time had come. I saw every struggle you made. I saw every effort you made to change your reality. I saw you knocking on doors that wouldn't open. I saw you trying paths that didn't work. I saw you struggling, striving, trying in every way possible, and I saw your faith, even when it was weak, even when it was trembling, even when you doubted. I saw that deep down, deep in your heart, you still believed. You still hoped. You still trusted that I hadn't forgotten you. And I haven't forgotten. I never have. I've always been watching. I've always been watching. I've always been waiting for the right moment. And the right moment is now. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the moment for you to receive the miracle I've prepared. Not because you deserved it, not because you were perfect, but because I decided to. Because I love you, because you are my son, because you are my daughter, and your turn has come. Your time has come. Your moment has come. I brought you here in this video at this specific moment because I wanted to tell you this in person. I wanted you to know that I see you, that I know you, that I haven't forgotten you, that I have a specific plan for you, that I've prepared a miracle with your name on it. And this miracle is being released now, in this moment, as you listen to me, as you believe, as you receive. So don't doubt, don't question, don't think this is for someone else. This is for you. This word is yours. This miracle is yours. This provision is yours. These open doors are yours. Everything I'm releasing now is for you, because I chose you, because I brought you here. Because I orchestrated this moment. And when I orchestrate, nothing is by chance. When I plan, everything has a purpose. When I bring you to hear a word, it's because that word will change your life. So receive it. Receive it as something personal. Receive it as something specific. Receive it as something that was prepared just for you, because it was. This word is yours. This moment is yours. This miracle is yours. This is not a generic word. This is a specific word for you who are watching now, for you who are listening to me at this very moment. I chose you to hear this at this very moment. It's not a coincidence. It's not chance. It's not luck. I orchestrated this. I planned every detail so that you would be here, now, hearing this word, because I have something specific to tell you, something that will change your life, something that will transform your reality. And I'm telling you now, the miracle is yours. It's not for someone else. It's not for someone more prepared. It's not for someone holier. It's for you. with all your history, with all your struggles, with all your doubts. The miracle is yours because I chose you, because I saw you, because I decided your time has come. And I need you to recognize this. I need you to accept this. I need you to say, yes, Lord, this word is for me, because there is power in recognition. There is power when you accept that I am speaking to you. There is power when you confirm that this word is yours. Many people hear my voice but don't recognize it. Many people receive the word but don't accept it. Many people are in the presence of the miracle but don't take possession of it. And so the miracle passes, the word passes, the opportunity passes. But I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to recognize it. I want you to accept it. I want you to take possession. If you feel that this word is for you, and you do, I know you do, there is something inside you right now saying, this is for me, this is mine, this was prepared for me. Like now, and confirm that you acknowledge that I am speaking directly to you at this moment. This like is not an empty gesture. This like is you saying, Lord, I acknowledge that you are speaking to me. I acknowledge that this word is mine. I acknowledge that this miracle has my name on it. I receive, I accept, I take possession. And when you do this, when you acknowledge, when you confirm, something powerful happens in the spiritual realm. You activate, you release, you open. Because acknowledgement is a key. Acknowledgement opens doors. Acknowledgement releases provision. Acknowledgement activates miracles. When you acknowledge that I am speaking to you, you position yourself to receive. When you confirm that the word is yours, you open your heart. When you accept that the miracle has your name on it, you extend your hands. And when your heart is open and your hands are extended, I can pour out, I can release, I can give you all that I have prepared. But if you don't acknowledge, if you don't confirm, if you don't accept, you block. Not because I don't want to give to you, but because you are not receiving. It's as if I'm extending a gift to you and you don't reach out to take it. The gift is there, the gift is yours, but you need to reach out, you need to take it, you need to receive it. And recognition is you reaching out. It's you saying, I take it, I receive it, I accept it. Like and acknowledge. Don't let this word pass you by. Don't let this miracle pass you by. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Because I brought you here specifically for this moment. I orchestrated every detail. I prepared every word. I released this miracle with your name. And all I need is for you to acknowledge it. To acknowledge it, to say yes, like it now. Declare that you acknowledge it. Declare that you accept it. Declare that you receive it, because when you declare it, you activate it. When you acknowledge it, you release it. When you acknowledge it, you open the heavens over your life. And I can pour out all that I've prepared. I can release all that I've stored. I can open all the doors I've planned. Because you acknowledged it, because you acknowledged it, because you said yes. So enjoy it now. Recognize that this word is yours. Confirm that this miracle has your name on it. And receive everything I have prepared for you. This is not a generic word. This is a word specific to you. Watching now, I chose you to hear this at this very moment. It's no coincidence that you clicked on this video. It's no coincidence that you're here. I orchestrated this. I planned every detail so that you would be here, now, hearing this word. Because I had something specific to say to you, something that only you needed to hear, something that was prepared especially for this moment in your life. And I'm telling you, the miracle is yours. The miracle you waited for, the miracle you asked for, the miracle you almost gave up believing in, this miracle is yours. Because I chose you, because I saw you, because I decided your time has come. And just as I orchestrated this for you to hear, just as I planned every detail so that this word would reach you, I can orchestrate it for someone else through you. I can use you as my instrument. I can make you the bridge between me and someone who is desperate, someone who is about to give up, someone who needs to hear that I haven't forgotten them, because you're not the only one who needs this word. There's someone in your life, someone you know, someone who's going through the same struggle you've been through, someone who's losing hope, someone who thinks I've abandoned them, someone who needs to know that I still perform miracles, and I want to use you to reach them. Share this now and be the instrument I use to change the life of someone who is desperate. You can be the voice I use. You can be the hands I reach out to. You can be the heart I touch. You can be the bridge between me and that person. Because when I orchestrated this word for you, I didn't just do it to bless you. I did it to use you, to empower you, to send you. You received to give. You heard to share. You were reached to reach others. And there's someone waiting. There's someone who needs this word today. There's someone whose life could change if you share it now. Don't underestimate the power of a simple gesture. Don't underestimate the impact of sharing a word of faith, because you don't know what's going on in that person's heart. You don't know how close they are to giving up. You don't know how much they need to hear that I haven't abandoned them. And you can be the instrument I use to reach them. You can be the answer to their prayer. You can be the miracle they're asking for. Because sometimes I answer prayers through people. Sometimes I send my word through a friend. Sometimes I use a child to reach a parent, or a colleague to reach another colleague, or a neighbor to reach another neighbor. And I want to use you now. I want you to be my instrument. I want you to be my messenger. Share this now. Don't wait. Don't delay. Because that person needs this word today. They need to know that the cycle of scarcity can be broken. They need to know there is hope. They need to know that I see their pain, that I know their struggle, that I haven't forgotten them. And you can carry this message. You can be the bearer of this hope. And when you do this, when you become an instrument, something powerful happens. You lose nothing, you gain. Because I honor those who become channels of blessing. I reward those who care for others. I bless those who don't keep it to themselves, but share, spread, and multiply the hope they've received. So share it now. Be generous with the word you've received. Be compassionate to those who are in the same pain you were. And see what I'll do, not just in that person's life, but in yours too. Because when you become an instrument, I use you even more. When you become a channel, I pour out even more upon you. When you become a messenger, I give you even more messages. Share and be used by me. Be the instrument that changes a life. Be the bridge I use to reach someone in despair. Son, daughter, you will see doors opening. Doors that were closed for years will suddenly open. Doors you tried to open 1,000 times and couldn't. These doors will open now, without you forcing, without you pushing, without you fighting. They will open because I am opening them. And when I open, no one closes. You will see resources coming, resources from places you never imagined. Money coming from sources you didn't expect. Opportunities arising from connections you didn't plan for. All of this will happen, not because you deserved it, not because you were perfect, but because I decreed it, because I released it. Because your time has come, you will see opportunities that seemed impossible knocking on your door. That job that seemed unattainable, that business that seemed out of your reach, that project that seemed too big for you. All of this will come to you because I am moving people. I am opening minds. I am preparing connections, and in due time, everything will fall into place. You will look back and say, it must have been God, because it doesn't make sense in the natural world. because there's no logical explanation, because it's too supernatural to be a coincidence. And you'll know it was me, that I fulfilled it, that I was faithful. But I want to tell you something important. Receiving a miracle is one thing, keeping the provision flowing is another. Many receive and lose, many conquer and waste, many open doors and don't know how to walk through them. And I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want you to receive a miracle and then return to scarcity. I don't want you to see a door open and then see it close. I want you to receive and keep. I want you to conquer and multiply. I want you to open doors and stay in them. Subscribe now, because in the next videos, I will teach you how to keep this provision flowing and multiplying. I will teach you how to manage what I give you, how to make money work for you, how to make wise decisions, how to invest in the kingdom, how to be a faithful steward of what I place in your hands. Because provision is not just for you to spend. Provision is for you to manage. Provision is for you to multiply. Provision is for you to use wisely. And I want to teach you this. I want to show you how to live in continuous abundance, how to keep doors open, how to make provision flow endlessly. Because a miracle is not a one-time event. A miracle is the beginning of a journey. An open door is not the end. An open door is the beginning. And I want to accompany you every step of this journey. I want to guide you in every decision. I want to teach you at every stage. Sign up and let me show you how to grow even more, how to expand, how to reach new levels, how to live in the fullness I always planned for you, because there is much more coming. There are revelations that will change your way of thinking. There is wisdom that will transform your way of acting. There are strategies from heaven that I will teach you. There are principles of the kingdom that I will reveal to you. And I want you to be here to receive each of these words. Don't miss anything. Don't be left out. Don't leave this journey half finished. Because when I start something in your life, I finish it. When I open a door, I lead you to your destination. When I initiate a transformation, I complete the work. But I need you to stay connected, to continue listening to my voice. Sign up and let me accompany you. Let me guide you. Let me teach you, because you will see doors opening. You will see resources arriving. You will see opportunities knocking at your door, and I want to teach you how to seize each one of them, how to manage each resource, how to walk through each door, how to multiply each opportunity. Sign up now and join me on this journey of provision, wisdom, and multiplication. Son, daughter, you will see doors opening, resources arriving from places you never imagined. Opportunities that seemed impossible will knock on your door. Divine connections will happen. People will seek you out. Ideas will spring to mind. Paths will open before you. All of this will happen. It's not a maybe. It's not a who knows. It's a certainty. It's a decree. It's my word over your life. And I want you to declare this now. I want you to speak what you will see. I want you to prophesy over your own life, because your mouth has power, your word has authority. When you declare, you create. When you speak, you establish. When you prophesy, you activate. Write in the comments now, I will see the doors opening. I believe and declare your future. Write as if it's already happening, because in the spiritual realm, it already is. I've already opened the doors. I've already released the resources. I've already prepared the opportunities. You're just waiting for the manifestation in the natural world. And when you declare, you accelerate this manifestation. You bring to the visible what already exists in the invisible. You materialize in the natural world what I've already established in the spiritual world. Because there's a bridge between the spiritual and the natural world. And that bridge is your faith expressed in words. When you declare with faith, you build that bridge. When you speak with conviction, you connect the two realms, and what's in the spirit begins to manifest in the natural world. So declare now. Don't wait to see before declaring. Declare and you will see. Don't wait for the door to open before speaking. Speak and the door will open. Don't wait for the resource to arrive before giving thanks. Give thanks and the resource will arrive, because true faith speaks before seeing. True faith declares before it happens. True faith prophesies the future before it manifests. Write in the comments. Declare what you will see. Say, I will see doors opening. I will see resources arriving. I will see opportunities knocking at my door. I believe, I receive, I take possession. And when you do this, when you declare, something powerful happens. You move from passive waiting to active faith. You stop just waiting for something to happen and start decreeing it will happen. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start creating your reality through faith. Because faith is not passive, faith is active. Faith does not wait. Faith declares, faith does not doubt, faith prophesies. And when you prophesy over your own life, when you declare what I have already established, you activate manifestation. You unleash the creative power of the word. You open the way for the miracle to manifest. So right now, declare now, prophesy now, say, I will see doors opening. I believe. And see what happens when you declare. See how things begin to move. See how doors begin to open. See how resources begin to arrive, because you declared, because you spoke, because you prophesied. And your word has power. Son, daughter, you will see doors opening, resources arriving from places you never imagined. Opportunities that seemed impossible will knock on your door. All of this will happen. It's a decree. It's my word. It's an established promise. But I want to teach you something powerful now, something that will accelerate manifestation, something that will bring the miracle faster. You need to see by faith before you see in the natural. You need to see in the spirit before you see with your physical eyes. You need to visualize victory before you experience victory, because there are two realities. There's the spiritual reality and there's the natural reality, and the spiritual reality always comes first. Everything that exists in the natural began in the spiritual. Everything you see with your physical eyes was first created in the invisible realm. And the miracle you're waiting for already exists in the spiritual. The doors are already open in the spirit. The resources have already been released in the spirit. The opportunities are already prepared in the spirit. You're just waiting for the manifestation in the natural. And the key to accelerating this manifestation is to see by faith. It's to see in the spirit what hasn't yet manifested in the natural. It's seeing open doors even when they still seem closed. It's seeing resources coming in even when your account is still empty. It's seeing opportunities even when they haven't yet knocked on your door. Like now, if you are seeing by faith what has not yet manifested in the natural, declaring, I see, Lord, I believe. You haven't seen it with your natural eyes yet. You haven't touched it with your physical hands yet. You haven't experienced it with your natural senses yet. But you're already seeing it in the spirit. You're already seeing it by faith. You're already visualizing victory. This like is you saying, I see, Lord, I believe, I receive. I don't need to see it in the natural to believe. I believe, and that's why I will see it. Because faith doesn't depend on what the eyes see. Faith depends on what the heart believes. Faith doesn't wait for evidence to trust. Faith trusts, and that's why it sees evidence. Faith doesn't need evidence to believe. Faith believes, and that's why it receives evidence. And when you see it by faith, when you see it in the spirit, something powerful happens. You align your heart with my heart. You align your vision with my vision. You align your faith with my word. And when there's alignment, there's manifestation. When there's harmony, there's fulfillment. When there's agreement, there's fulfillment, because I've already seen it. I already know it. I've already established it. And when you see what I see, when you believe what I've said, when you visualize what I've already prepared, you accelerate the manifestation. You bring to the natural what already exists in the spiritual. You materialize the promise. So see by faith now. Don't wait to see in the natural to believe. Believe now, and you will see in the natural. Close your physical eyes and open your spiritual eyes. See the doors opening. See the resources arriving. See the opportunities knocking at your door. See yourself walking through these doors. See yourself receiving these resources. See yourself seizing these opportunities. Visualize, see by faith. Because when you see by faith, you create an expectation. You create an atmosphere. You create a spiritual reality that will manifest in the natural. And the natural always aligns with the spiritual. The visible always conforms to the invisible. The physical always follows the spiritual. So enjoy it now. Declare that you are seeing by faith. Declare that you don't need to see in the natural to believe. Declare that you see in the spirit what I've already prepared. And see what happens. See how the natural begins to align with the spiritual. See how doors begin to open. See how resources begin to arrive. See how opportunities begin to knock on your door. Because you saw by faith first. Because you saw in the spirit before seeing in the natural. And now the natural is aligning with what you saw by faith. Trust, rest, I care for you. You no longer need to carry this anxiety. You no longer need to carry this fear. You no longer need to carry this pressure. You no longer need to stay awake at night trying to solve everything alone. You no longer need to calculate, recalculate, try to find solutions you don't have. You no longer need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, because I have taken control. I am in command. I am taking care of every detail of your life. I am opening every door. I am providing every resource. I am preparing every opportunity. You just need to rest. You just need to trust. You just need to let go. Because when you try to solve everything alone, you get tired. When you try to carry everything alone, you burn out. When you try to control everything alone, you get frustrated. Because there are things only I can do. There are doors only I can open. There are resources only I can release. There are connections only I can establish. And while you try to do it with your own effort, you block my action. While you try to solve it with your own strength, you impede my intervention. While you try to control everything, you don't let me take control. But when you rest, when you trust, when you let go, I can act, I can move. I can do what only I can do. Write 7777 in the comments now and enter into the rest of God's perfect provision. This number isn't random. 7 is the number of perfection, of completeness, of plenitude. And when you write it 4 times, you're declaring, Lord, I stop struggling. I stop striving in my own strength. I rest in you. I trust in your perfect provision. I know you care for me. It's you saying, I don't need to carry this alone anymore. I don't need to try to solve everything anymore. I don't need to be anxious anymore. Because you've taken control. Because you're taking care of every detail. Because you are faithful. Write 7777 and enter into rest. Stop carrying what isn't yours to carry. Stop trying to solve what only I can solve. Stop struggling in your own strength. Rest, trust, let go, because I've already taken over. I'm already taking care. I'm already providing. You don't need to lose sleep anymore. You don't need to live with that tightness in your chest anymore. You don't need to wake up fearing tomorrow anymore, because I care for you, and I never fail, I never delay, I never forget. I always provide at the right time. I always open the right door. I always send the blood and right resource. You just need to trust. You just need to rest. You just need to let go. And when you do, when you enter rest, something powerful happens. Anxiety disappears, fear dissipates, pressure lessens, because you're no longer carrying it alone, because you're no longer trying to solve it alone, because you've transferred control to me, and I am more than capable. I am more than enough. I am more than powerful to take care of every area of your life. Write down 7777 now. Declare your rest. Declare your trust. Declare that you are letting go of control and letting me take over. Because when you let go, I take over. When you rest, I work. When you trust, I act. And I do far more than you could do alone. I open doors you couldn't open. I release resources you couldn't reach. I establish connections you couldn't create. Because I am God, I am Almighty, I am Provider, and I care for you. So rest, trust, let go. Write 7777 and enter the rest of perfect provision. Stop struggling alone. Let me struggle for you. Stop carrying alone. Let me carry for you. Stop trying to solve it alone. Let me solve it for you. Because I've already taken control, and I never fail. Trust, rest, I care for you. You no longer need to carry this anxiety. You no longer need to carry this fear. You no longer need to carry this pressure that has been suffocating you. You no longer need to stay awake at night trying to figure everything out on your own. Because I have taken control. I am in charge. I am taking care of every detail of your life. I am opening every door. I am providing every resource. I am orchestrating every connection. You just need to rest. You just need to trust. You just need to let go of control and let me take over. Because I am more than capable. I am more than enough. I am more than powerful to take care of everything that concerns you. And I want to tell you something else. You are not the only one who needs to hear this. You are not the only one carrying a weight they shouldn't carry. There is someone in your life, someone you know, someone who is exhausted, someone who is trying to figure everything out on their own, someone who is carrying a burden that is too heavy, someone who is losing sleep, who is living in anxiety, who is suffocating under pressure. I see that person. And I want you to be my instrument to achieve it, because you know what it's like to be exhausted. You know what it's like to carry a weight that seems unbearable. You know what it's like to try to solve everything on your own and fail. You've lived it, you've felt it, and now you're hearing a word of rest, a word of relief, a word that's lifting the weight off your shoulders. And I want to use you to bring that same word to that person who's exhausted. Share this now with someone who is exhausted and bring peace and rest into their life. You know who you are. I've placed their face, their name in your heart right now. That friend who's overwhelmed, that cousin who's trying to handle everything alone, that colleague who's on the verge of burnout, that family member who's carrying too many worries. You know who you are, and you can make a difference in that person's life right now. You can be the voice I use to say, rest, I care for you. You can be the hands I reach out to lift the weight off their shoulders. You can be the heart I touch to bring relief. Because when you share, you're not just sending a video, you're sending rest, you're sending peace, you're sending relief. You're saying to that person, you don't have to carry this alone. God cares for you, you can rest. And that can change everything. It can be the turning point in that person's life. It can be the word that keeps them from collapsing. It can be the relief they need to breathe again. Don't underestimate the power of bringing rest to someone who's exhausted. Don't underestimate the impact of sharing a word of peace with someone who is anxious, because you don't know what's going on in that person's heart. You don't know how close they are to giving up. You don't know how much they need to hear that they don't have to carry everything alone. And you can be the instrument I use to reach them. Share it now. Don't wait. Don't put it off. Because that person needs this word today. They need to know they can rest. They need to know I've taken control. They need to know I care for them, that I see their exhaustion, that I haven't forgotten them. And you can carry this message. You can be the bearer of this peace. Be generous with the rest you're receiving. Be compassionate to those who are in the same exhaustion you were. Share it and see what I will do, not only in that person's life, but in yours as well. Because when you become an instrument of peace, I pour more peace upon you. When you bring rest to another, I give you even more rest. When you lighten someone's burden, I lighten yours even more. So share it now. Be a bearer of peace. Be an instrument of rest. Be the voice that says, you're not alone. You don't have to carry this. God cares for you. And see how I will use you to change a life, to bring relief, to give rest, to free someone from exhaustion. Share now and be used by me to bring peace to those who are weary. Trust, rest. I care for you. You no longer need to carry this anxiety. You no longer need to carry this fear. You no longer need to carry this pressure that has been suffocating you, that has been keeping you awake, that has been robbing you of peace. I have taken control. I am in charge. I am taking care of every detail of your life, every area, every situation, every problem, every challenge. I am taking care of everything. You no longer need to try to solve it alone. You no longer need to try to control everything. You no longer need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, because I have taken it on. I have taken it. I am carrying it for you, and I am more than capable. I am more than strong. I am more than powerful to carry everything that worries you. You can rest. You are allowed to rest. You have the right to rest, because I am caring. I am providing. I am opening the doors. I am releasing the resources. I am establishing the connections. I am orchestrating every detail, and I don't need your help. I don't need your effort. I don't need your anxiety. I just need your trust. I just need your faith. I just need you to rest and let me work. Because when you rest, I work. When you trust, I act. When you let go of control, I take control. And I do so much more than you could do alone. I open doors you couldn't open. I release resources you couldn't reach. I establish connections you couldn't create. Because I am God. I am Almighty. I am Provider. I am Father. And I care for my children. You can sleep in peace. You no longer need to stay awake at night, calculating, recalculating, trying to find ways out. You can close your eyes and rest, because I don't sleep, I don't doze. I am awake caring for you while you sleep. I am working while you rest. I am providing while you trust. You can wake up without fear. You no longer need to wake up with that tightness in your chest, with that anxiety, with that heaviness. You can wake up in peace, because I've already taken care of everything during the night. I've already prepared the day for you. I've already paved the way. I've already provided the resources. You just need to wake up and walk in what I've already prepared. You can live without anxiety. You no longer need to live in fear of tomorrow. You no longer need to live worried about the future. You can live in the present, in peace, trusting that I care for your future. Because I've already seen your tomorrow. I've already prepared your future. I've already established your destiny. And it's glorious, it's abundant, it's prosperous. You just need to trust and walk. Because I care for you, and I never fail. I've never failed. In anyone throughout history, I never failed Abraham when he needed provision. I never failed David when he was surrounded by enemies. I've never failed any of my children, and I will not fail you. Because I am faithful, I am immutable, I am eternal, and what I promise I fulfill. What I decree, I accomplish. What I speak, I do. So rest, trust, let go. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to solve everything yourself. Stop carrying what isn't yours to carry. Let me take over, let me take care, let me provide. Because I've already taken control. I'm already taking care. I'm already providing. You just need to rest. You just need to trust. You just need to walk in what I've already prepared. And when you do, when you rest, when you trust, you will see. You will see doors opening. You will see resources arriving. You will see opportunities knocking at your door. You will see that I am faithful, that I care for you, that I never fail. So rest now. Take a deep breath. Let go of tension. Let go of anxiety. Let go of fear and trust. Trust that I care for you. Trust that I've taken control. Trust that I never fail. I am the God who provides, and I have never failed. I never failed Abraham when I asked him to sacrifice his son, and at the last second, I provided the lamb. I never failed David when he was just a shepherd, and I made him king. I never failed Joseph when he was in prison, and I placed him in the palace. I never failed Moses when he was before the sea, and I opened the way. I never failed Elijah when he was hungry, and I sent ravens to feed him. I never failed the widow when she had only a handful of flour, and I multiplied it. I have never failed any of my children throughout history, and I will not fail you, because I am the same, yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change. I do not fail. I do not give up. I do not abandon. I am faithful, always have been, always will be. And if I was faithful to all of them, if I provided for all of them, if I opened paths for all of them, why would I not be faithful to you? Why wouldn't I provide for you? Why wouldn't I make ways for you? You are my son. You are my daughter. You have the same right they had. You have the same promise they received. You have the same God they served. And I am no respecter of persons. I have no favorites. I love all my children equally, and I care for them all equally. So, if I cared for them, I will care for you. If I provided for them, I will provide for you. If I opened ways for them, I will open ways for you, because I am faithful. And my faithfulness does not depend on you. My faithfulness does not depend on your performance. My faithfulness does not depend on your perfection. My faithfulness depends on who I am. And I am faithful by nature, by essence, by character. I cannot be unfaithful. I cannot fail. I cannot abandon, because it is not in my nature. Like now, if you believe in God's faithfulness and subscribe so I can remind you every day that I am faithful and never fail. This like is you saying, I believe God is faithful. I believe God is a provider. I believe God never fails. I believe that just as he cared for Abraham, for David, for all his children throughout history, he will care for me. And subscribe, because I will continue to remind you every day. I will continue to show you my faithfulness. I will continue to teach you who I am, because you need to know, you need to remember. You need to have this engraved in your heart. I am faithful. I am a provider. I am the God who never fails. And when you know this, when you truly believe this, everything changes. You stop living in fear. You stop living in anxiety. You stop living in doubt, because you know I am faithful. You know I care for you. You know I will never abandon you. Subscribe and let me remind you of this every day. Let me strengthen your faith. Let me renew your trust. let me show you who I am. Because I am the God of Abraham, I am the God of David, I am the God of Joseph, I am the God of Moses, I am the God of Elijah, and I am your God. The same God who cared for them cares for you. The same God who provided for them provides for you. The same God who made ways for them makes ways for you. Because I have not changed. I remain the same, faithful, provider, powerful, and I will never fail you. Never, under any circumstances. No matter what happens, no matter how difficult it seems, no matter how impossible it seems, I will not fail, because I am God, and God does not fail. So like now, subscribe now, and remain in this truth, remain in this certainty, remain in this trust. I am faithful, I am provider, I am the God who does not fail, and I care for you, always have, always will, because you are mine, and I never abandon what is mine. I am the God who provides, and I have never failed. I never failed Abraham when he needed provision. I never failed David when he was surrounded by enemies. I never failed Joseph when he was unjustly imprisoned. I never failed Moses when he faced the impossible. I never failed Elijah when he was exhausted and without hope. I never failed the widow when she had only crumbs. I have never failed any of my children throughout the history of humanity, and I will not fail you, because I am the same God, the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change, I do not fail, I do not give up, I do not abandon. I am faithful, always have been, always will be. And this faithfulness does not depend on you. It does not depend on your performance. It does not depend on your perfection. It does not depend on your merit. My faithfulness depends on who I am. And I am faithful by nature, by essence, by immutable character. And I need you to declare this. I need you to speak it. I need you to write this as a decree over your life, because your mouth has power. Your word has authority. When you declare my faithfulness, you establish an unshakable truth over your life. When you confess that I do not fail, you build a solid foundation. When you say, I am faithful, you drive a spiritual stake that nothing can move. Write in the comments now, God does not fail me. I trust and establish this truth as the foundation of your life. This isn't just a pretty phrase. This isn't just a religious declaration. This is an unshakable truth. This is the rock upon which you will build everything. This is the foundation upon which your entire life will rest. God does not fail me. I trust. Write this down as a decree, as a spiritual law upon your life, as a truth that nothing can change, because when you declare, you establish. When you confess with your mouth, you build in the spiritual realm. When you write, you plant, you mark a territory, and this declaration will become a foundation for you. On difficult days when circumstances scream otherwise, you will remember, God does not fail me, I trust. In moments of doubt, when fear tries to overwhelm you, you will declare, God does not fail me, I trust. In hours of darkness, when it seems like nothing is happening, you will confess, God does not fail me, I trust, and this truth will sustain you. This truth will strengthen you. This truth will keep you standing when everything around you is crumbling, because it's an unshakable truth. It's a solid rock. It's an eternal foundation. God doesn't fail. He never has. He never will. And when you declare this over your life, when you make this truth your foundation, you become unshakable, you become firm, you become strong. Because you're not building on sand, you're not building on circumstances, you're not building on feelings, you're building on the rock of God's faithfulness. And that rock never moves. That rock never shakes. That rock stands forever. Write it down now. Declare it now. Establish it now. God doesn't fail me. I trust. Make this truth your motto. Make this truth your song. Make this truth your daily confession. Because when you live in this truth, when you breathe in this truth, when you walk in this truth, everything changes. Your perspective changes. Your faith changes. The way you face challenges changes. Because you're no longer looking at the circumstances. You're looking at God's faithfulness. You're no longer focusing on the problems. You are focusing on God's provision. You are no longer living in fear. You are living in trust. Because you truly know, God does not fail me. I trust. And this truth will manifest in every area of your life. In your finances, in your relationships, in your health, in your work, in your dreams, in everything. Because when you declare God's faithfulness, you open the way for it to manifest. When you confess that He does not fail, you remove the blocks. When you say you trust, you activate the provision. Write it down now. Don't let this moment pass. Don't let this opportunity slip away, because this is a declaration that will change your life. This is a truth that will transform you. This is a confession that will establish you. God does not fail me. I trust. Write it down and seal this truth upon your life. Write it down and build upon this rock. Write it down and establish this foundation. Because I have never failed. I have never failed Abraham. I have never failed David. I have never failed Joseph. I have never failed Moses. I never failed Elijah. I never failed the widow. I never failed any of my children, and I will not fail you. Never. Under any circumstances, no matter what happens, no matter how difficult it seems, no matter how impossible it seems, I will not fail, because I am God, and God does not fail. So declare it now, write it down now, establish it now. God does not fail me. I trust. And see this truth manifest in every area of your life. See this truth sustain you in every storm. See this truth strengthen you in every challenge, because it is an unshakable truth. It is a solid rock. It is an eternal foundation. God does not fail, and He will not fail you. I am the God who provides, and I have never failed. I never failed Abraham when he left everything behind, trusting only in my promise. I never failed David when he was fleeing in the caves, persecuted with no place to rest. I never failed Joseph when he was forgotten in prison, wronged, abandoned by everyone. I never failed Moses when he stood before the sea with an army behind him and no way out in sight. I never failed Elijah when he stood under the tree begging to die, exhausted, without strength. I never failed the widow when she was preparing the last meal for herself and her son before she died of hunger. I never failed Daniel when he was in the lion's den. I never failed the 3 young men when they were in the fiery furnace. I never failed Esther when she risked her life for her people. I have never failed any of my children throughout history, and I will not fail you, because I am the same, yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change. I do not evolve. I do not adapt to circumstances. I am immutable. I am eternal. I am always the same. The same God who parted the sea for Moses is the God who is with you now. The same God who multiplied the widow's oil is the God who will multiply your provision. The same God who took Joseph out of prison and placed him in the palace is the God who will change your story. The same God who shut the lions' mouths for Daniel is the God who will silence your enemies. The same God who protected the 3 young men in the fire is the God who will protect you in every trial. Because I have not changed, I remain the same, faithful, powerful, provider, protector, liberator. And what I did for them, I will do for you, because you are no different from them. You are no less important. You are no less loved. You are my son. You are my daughter. and I care for my people with the same faithfulness, with the same power, with the same provision. No matter how many centuries have passed, no matter how many generations have come and gone, I remain the same. And my faithfulness has no expiration date. My provision has no expiration date. My power does not diminish with time. I am the same God, and I am with you now, in this moment, in this very second. I see you, I hear you, I care for you, and I am releasing the miracle into your life, not because you deserved it, not because you were perfect, but because I am faithful, because I am a father, because I love you, and what I promise, I fulfill. I always have, I always will. I promised Abraham that he would be the father of multitudes, and he was. I promised David that he would be king, and he was. I promised Joseph that he would rule, and he ruled. I promised Moses that I would deliver the people, and I did. I promised Elijah that I would provide for him, and I did. I promised the widow that the grain of flour would never run out, and it didn't. I promised Daniel that I would deliver him, and I did. I promised the 3 young men that I would be with them in the fire, and I was. And what I promise, I fulfill, always, without exception, without fail, without delay. At the right time, I fulfill. And I'm promising you now, I'm telling you now, the miracle is released, the provision is coming, the doors are opening, and what I decree, I accomplish. I decreed light, and there was light. I decreed life, and there was life. I decreed provision upon Abraham, and there was provision. I decreed victory upon David, and there was victory. I decreed deliverance upon Joseph, and there was deliverance. I decreed protection upon Daniel, and there was protection. I decreed deliverance upon the 3 young men, and there was deliverance. And I'm decreeing upon you now, I'm decreeing provision. I'm decreeing the opening of doors. I'm decreeing an economic miracle. I'm decreeing complete transformation. And when I decree, nothing can reverse it. No force of darkness can nullify it. No circumstance can impede it. No obstacle can block it. Because my word is final. My decision is irrevocable. My decree is eternal. And what I speak, I do. I am not a man that I should lie. I am not a son of man that I should repent. What I speak, I do. What I promise, I fulfill. What I decree, I accomplish. It has always been this way. It will always be this way. Because I am God, and God does not fail. God does not lie. God does not give up. God does not abandon. I am faithful to the end. I am faithful to the very end. I am faithful even when you doubt. I am faithful even when you don't see it. I am faithful even when it seems like nothing is happening. Because my faithfulness does not depend on circumstances. My faithfulness does not depend on what you see. My faithfulness depends on who I am. And I am faithful by nature, by essence, by immutable character. So trust, rest, believe, because I am faithful, I am immutable, I am eternal, and I am taking care of you. I am providing for you. I am opening paths for you. Right now, as you listen to me, as you believe, as you receive, I am moving heaven and earth on your behalf. I am preparing resources that will come from places you can't even imagine. I am opening the minds of people who will seek you out with opportunities. I am breaking down invisible barriers that have been hindering your prosperity. I am removing obstacles you didn't even know existed. I am establishing divine connections that will change your trajectory. All of this is happening now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, right now, as you listen to me, because I have decided, because I have decreed, because your time has come. And when the time I have set comes, nothing can delay it, nothing can stop it, nothing can block it, because I am God. And when I say it is now, so receive it. Reach out your hands, open your heart, say yes, because I am releasing an economic miracle upon your life now.